I think it's finding a lot of difficulty working out what's the right thing to do given the changes in that market. They all know that the current antivirus products that they've been selling and which people are using don't actually do what's needed. They know they can deal with about 25% maybe, at best 50% of the current threat, and they realise they need something new. But the problem then is making the choices about which of the new vendors to go with, which one has the best efficacy, which one's most effective. So that we're hoping to be able to help with that decision. So what we need to do is to educate them in terms of the differences that they're having to look at in the new products. The old way of antivirus looking at for malware is not the right way to look for it, in our opinion anyway. So what we're looking for is how do we explain this to the resellers in such a way that they can repeat that and get it appropriately across to their end user audience. So a lot of it is about making sure that they've got a clear picture of how this technology works and how to sell it into that different market. Well, according to Gartner, they've spotted what we spotted. This is the only next generation antivirus component which does more than antivirus. It provides us what we call all three sides of the security triangle. Prevention, which is what the legacy antivirus products do, but detection as well, the second side of the triangle, and remediation, so the full response capability on the other side, and that includes analytics. And Gartner recognised it's the only one that provides endpoint protection, endpoint response and analytics all in one. We've launched it for the first time actually globally across our organisation, across all of our countries, particularly in Europe, but actually across the Far East, Turkey, the Middle East, etc. But in fact, the UK is a vital market for this. It's one of the largest markets in the world and a very early adopter of the new technologies, certainly very quickly after our cousins over the pond. So for the UK, it's an essential part of our growth plan for this, and it is going to be an aggressive change. We see the opportunity is now. Chief Information Security Officers and Chief Information Officers have made the endpoint their primary area of concern for this year. So 86% of them in a recent survey showed that they want to do something properly about the endpoint, either augment or replace. So the opportunity is now, so it's got to be very aggressive. The legacy vendors are clearly not being able to respond to the changing needs of the endpoint market in particular. The whole security market is in a period of change, and what it's given room for is the new vendors to come along with disruptive technologies, and we believe that SentinelOne is one of the most disruptive technologies in that space, so it's a very powerful tool in that set. Well, we've seen a lot of them go for acquisition, to try and acquire these new vendors or to try and acquire vendors in a similar space. But that leaves them with a problem where their products are becoming larger, which is what the end users don't want, with multiple agents. We heard the phrase YAR, okay YAR, which is yet another agent, and that's definitely not what the end users want. So what we looked for was a single agent that could provide everything. So the incumbent vendors are having a big problem in terms of their response is to acquire and to make their product bigger, more cumbersome and more difficult to manage, in our opinion. So what we're looking for, and definitely have found with SentinelOne, is something that does it all in one with a single agent. So one of the big issues for a lot of people is, given an existing antivirus vendor which you're relying on and have trusted to a certain extent for a long time, how do you break away from that and trust a new vendor with an all-new approach to this? So we believe the answer to that is for them to see it alongside their existing antivirus tools and perhaps against the other next-generation antivirus and endpoint solutions and test it. We believe it's constantly going to show that this product is by far a more effective solution to that. SentinelOne gives them a single tool that allows them to disrupt and displace existing antivirus technologies. But we've also selected them because what it gives them is a single tool that gives best total cost of ownership within those environments as well. So as I mentioned, it's given prevention, detection and response all in one capability with one agent. And that includes, of course, the best in terms of analytics capability within that. So that, in terms of cost effectiveness for them and for their end users, means that they've got the best capability at the best total cost of ownership. So we think it's the best opportunity for them at the moment.